generally speaking, a lot of people like to ask me this question, which is financial planning a good first job? Personally, I felt that I don't think financial planning is a job that is the best job in the world to start with. But rather, I believe that for those who have graduated, your first job should be something that associate with what you have studied for the past 3 or 4 years. You should be happy and specialized to do what you have been studying for the past 3 to 4 years. So in what situations do you think that you should consider financial planning as your first career? I would say there's 3 scenarios you can think about. Number 1, which I get very commonly, I did not like the things which I study. So I have friends who are in their year 2 or year 3, or even those who are on internship, and realize that, this is something that I really don't want to do. So if you are in that situation, then maybe you should consider financial planning as your first job. Or even in the space that you are looking at, you don't like a desk-bound job, you are someone who like to talk to people, but what you are studying is very different from what you expected, then maybe you can consider financial planning as your first job. Scenario number 2, you love money and you love planning. But of course, money in this time, I'm not talking about the greediness in money or money itself money, but rather the perceived value of money and planning comes together and what it derives. Meaning that if you plan your money well, what is the consequences? And if you don't do it well, what is the consequences that you'll face? So if you love to manage money in this scenario, you may consider financial planning as your first job too. Of course, the third reason, which I think should be the number 1 reason you should consider financial planning as your first job, is you like to challenge yourself. I have a colleague who studied actuarial science, but in the end, she joined this career not because she cannot find a job, but rather she wanted to challenge herself, because when she was studying in university, she was someone very quiet, not so outspoken. She wanted to challenge herself to step out of a comfort zone and be someone who is confident in speaking, confident to meet people. And she took this as the reason. Hence, being willing to change and challenge yourself, I think is the number 1 reason you can consider financial planning as your first job.